Hello again, everybody. And we are now 16 days since we caught these queens. So just inspecting them again, and as you can see with this queen, it's a bit of a mess in there. She's got eggs absolutely everywhere. Now, please don't worry about this. Lasius niger queens can be very messy. They can have eggs everywhere. It doesn't mean anything. You will see people on forums and things saying, oh, does this mean that she's infertile? Or it doesn't necessarily. Lasius niger queens, if you caught the right queens without wings running around, hardly ever fail to be fertile. So the stage we're at now is we should just be around the very end of eggs. And I'm not sure, because it's very hard to see the difference between eggs and small larvae, but there might be a couple of tiny larvae in the middle there, those little hooked over ones. As the eggs get bigger, they do go into a sort of a kidney shape, like a C shape. But I think there might be, like I said, about 3 small larvae in the middle there. But it's so hard to focus and be sure when they're at this stage. Anyway, this is B. Again, you can see some of her eggs are that kidney shape. And she's not been quite as messy, but there are still eggs scattered around all over the place. What you will get when you get your first little group of workers, called nanitics, is about between 8 and 15. 12, I would say, is pretty normal. And so only 12 or so of these eggs are actually going to make it into ant workers. And the others may well be infertile eggs that she lays just to feed to the larvae. So as long as you've got that little core that's developing, that's all you're looking out for. And then this is C. Again, a little bit scattered. The weather was very warm, so that would have increased the humidity in the tube, because warm air holds more water, and meant that they could afford to have them not so grouped together without them drying out. So we may well find next week that they're back in a ball, if there are any eggs left, because I expect that by next week, like I said, I hope to have a small larvae pile. And as you can see, the queens are a little more active as well. A little bit of activity going on with all 3 of them, probably just licking the eggs or possibly even feeding some very small larvae. So everything's on track, everything's developing at the speed I would expect. And like I said, by next Sunday we will definitely see larvae. And as you can see, the queens are perfectly happy, the brood's developing, they're getting on fine without any food. I'm not disturbing them at all. The only time I inspect them are these Sunday inspections. And as I said, I am not worried. I'm not worried about those scattered eggs. I'm not worried about that heat. I think everything will be fine. Lasius niger are an extremely hardy species. Thank you for watching. Until next time, and best of luck with your queens.